Alright, you guys, what's up? This your boy back at y'all with another one. Shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. Get the video like and subscribe and that bell whenever I go live. That way you get the notifications. Alright, let's get down to business. As the Los Angeles Clippers go down again to the Dallas Mavericks by the tune of 127-121. They can't stop Luka. They can't stop Luka Doncic, despite having the two best wing players on the in the league. And as a result, they're down 0-2 to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, if you're Tyronn Poole, right? If you lose in the first round to the Clippers, right? Now, mind you, Doc Rivers took them to the semis. It was up 3-1. They blew the 3-1 lead, ended up losing in 7, right? And they fired Doc Rivers. You, as Tyronn Poole, cannot be in a situation where you end up regressing, right? You cannot regress. You got to win this series if you're Tyronn Poole, because this is not a good look, right? People are going to call for your job. And I do believe that the Clippers should fire Tyronn Poole if they lose in the first round. Now, I got some questions for Tyronn Poole, right? For one, why are you playing Reggie Jackson 30 minutes? For one. What's up, Cole the Jester, Jamoris? I see y'all in the building this morning, man. Why is you playing goddamn Reggie Jackson 30 minutes, right? Reggie Jackson should not be playing 30 minutes, right? Rondo needs to be playing more minutes, all right? For one. For two, why are you not playing DeMarcus Cousins? Why'd you bring in DeMarcus Cousins if you're not going to use him? Right? Third thing, so Kawhi Leonard, between Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they took about 43 shots, roughly, give or take a couple here and there. They took a lion's share of the shots between those two. Hero ball doesn't work. The only other person that took double-digit shot attempts was Reggie Jackson with 12. So there's no offensive continuity, right? There's defensive lapses, and as a result, you got the Clippers in an 0-2 hole. But you leave it up to Paul George, though. Paul George, there's nothing to worry about. There's no reason for concern. There's all kinds of reasons for concern, Paul George. See, that coincided with the comment he made last year about, well, we don't win the championship at the end of the world. See, when you're running with that kind of mentality, then why are you playing? The goal is to win the championship. And if you could be all nonchalant about it, you could be like, well, we tried our best, and it just didn't work out. So what? I made my money. I'm good. Why are you even out there? Why they even give you that max contract? You over there talking about what max contracts and all that type of shit. But it goes back to what I said before. You can't sit up here and ask for goodies, giveaways, and guarantees when you have not earned the right to get those goodies, giveaways, guarantees. Say what you want about LeBron James, right? But that man has earned the right to get the goodies, giveaways, and guarantees. Right? In my opinion, playoff P is not a more. I know people calling him pandemic P, but in my opinion, he's pathetic P. And pathetic P has not been playing up to. He's not playing like the rated R superstar like I know he is. And I don't want to see people giving him that moniker as a regular season player. But giving people credence when You don't perform to the level of expectations. What's up, Chris Jones? Now they got to go to Dallas and get those 2 games back from Dallas before game 5, before they can force it on game 5 and 6. If they go home in the first round, man, look, Tyronn Lue need to be fired, bro. Now, I see my brother in the Periscope. I I will I don't think the Clippers will get swept. I think they will get a game, but man, and a lot of people. Hey, did y'all know that the Dallas Mavericks has beaten the Clippers 2 out of 3 times in the regular season? So they know how to play this team. They know how to play this team. And then why? Most importantly, why is the only team they gear up for is the Lakers? Seems like when the Clippers play the Lakers, man, they all full of energy and they all full of excitement and all that. But everybody else is like, man. So why is that? And the Mavericks has beaten the Clippers 2 out of 3 times this season, including the game earlier this year where the Clippers lost to the Mavericks by, get this, y'all, 51. So the Mavericks are not scared of the Clippers. And Tyronn Lue is proven that he is not the right man for this job. He's not. No way that you have a team this talented, right? A team that can compete with the Brooklyn Nets, and you're down 0-2 to the Mavericks? You're down 0-2 to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, take nothing away from the Dallas Mavericks because, look, Luka Doncic played. He's playing like an MVP level talent, and you can tell the difference between Luka wanting it versus and the Mavericks wanting versus the Clippers wanting it, because you after game 1, you heard what Luka said, right? Luka said, "I don't care about MVP. I care about winning a championship." And then you see Paul George's response after they go down 0-2, and, well, there's really no level of concern. He said that last year, and look what happened. So, if you look at it, in my opinion, the Dallas Mavericks want it. The Clippers don't want it. They just don't. You want to believe in this team, but with the the coaching decisions, guys not getting key stops in key moments, is they're giving the mainstream media credence to trash them, right? And I don't believe that these athletes should be getting trashed and all that, but come later on the day on these debate shows, the Clippers are going to get destroyed by the LeBron James fan club. You already know this. And then the Lakers won last night. See, it wouldn't have been as bad had the Lakers lost. The trash talking wouldn't have been as bad had the Lakers lost, and they would have went down 0-2, right? But since the Lakers won and they lost last night, man, I'm telling you, man, these LeBron James fan club members, they gonna be out in full force this morning. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. You already seen that they already denigrating Kawhi's 2 NBA championships. Oh, well, he wasn't the leader on either of those teams. And the first team, he was surrounded by Hall of Famers, and Tim Duncan on that team. And then when they go to Toronto, well, Toronto had a really good roster, and also, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, so So who would have known what would have happened had KD was still been healthy? Yet you see what they already do in the Kawhi championship, already denigrated, despite the fact that he is a two-time Finals MVP. Then they already spreading. I'm glad you brought that up, Think Tank. Now they're spreading this rumor. They're trying to put out this narrative that Kawhi is leaving the Clippers. Think about this, y'all. Kawhi Leonard is at home in LA. He fought tooth and nail to go home. So why would he fight tooth and nail to go home only to leave 2 years later? Now my belief is he's going to re-sign with the Clippers and all that. That's my belief. But look, this is not a good look by the Clippers, man. Tyronn Poole, your ass needs to be on the chopping block if you can't get this done. Because you're making some really bad coaching decisions right now. How is JaMarcus Cousins on the bench? Why? To me, the starting five should look like this, right? And they ain't not against Marcus Morris. I like Marcus Morris. He a rough rider and all that. But I would have, this would be my starting five right here, right? It would be Rondo, George, Leonard, Ibaka, and Boogie Cousins. That would be my starting five. And then you would have Patrick Beverly come off the bench to spell some minutes. Terrence Mann come off the bench, get some minutes. Marcus Morris, you have Marcus Morris come off the bench. You know, stuff like that, right? You know, that's just in one scenario, right? But what's up, Kev Cook? Salute to you, homie. But yeah, man, I mean, Tyronn Poole doing a really, really bad job, right? You cannot lose 2 games at home. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. He lost his first 2 games at home. Now, you're in a situation where you have the potential of getting swept. Now, I don't believe the Clippers will get swept. I think the Clippers will win game 3. But, man, why is Rondo not getting more minutes? Why is DeMarcus Cousins not playing? Why is Reggie Jackson playing 30 minutes? You know, I like Patrick Beverly, you know what I'm saying? But look, his defense is regressing, right? Because he ain't stopping Luka. Luka's still going off for 38. So he's not he's not giving you the defensive impact, and he's not giving you anything offensively, right? So why is Patrick Beverly getting minutes? Why is Reggie Jackson getting minutes? Right? These with Rondo, the floor general. If you put him out, he needs to be playing like at least 30 minutes. Rondo, at least. So why is he only playing 19 minutes? Why? See, look. If you remember the video I did about a month, 2 months ago about coaching matters, when you look at the scope of this team, this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. What's up, Adrian? Now, I had the Clippers winning in 6. I had the Clippers winning in 6, but obviously, they didn't learn from their history. And when you don't learn from your history, you do to repeat your history. They're going to go home in the first fucking round if they don't get their act together. This team is going to go home in the first round. Damn, man. Kev Cook. Hey, bro. They cost me money earlier this season too, bro. Look, I took the Clippers on the spread in the game against the Nuggets. No, actually, I had the Clippers winning that game, right? Because they were the underdog. I had the Clippers winning that game. These motherfuckers go out and lose to the goddamn Nuggets, and it cost me a shot at winning $392, motherfuckers. Now, people, I heard people say after game one, I heard people saying that they were disappointed on that. But this is what I said months ago. You cannot put faith and trust in this team. They've disappointed everybody year in and year out. Until they show you something different, there's no need to get yourself in your feelings about the Clippers, because they've been notoriously a disappointing team. They've been notorious for that. You figure the way this team is put together, right? Oh man, this team might make some noise in the NBA playoffs, right? Go back to all those teams where they had Chris Paul in the lineup. With Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, it was the same thing. You look at the makeup of that team, you be like, oh man, this team might go all the way this year, and then they lose in the second round, right? You know that the Clippers have never played in the conference finals as an organization. They have never played in the conference finals. And it looks like, by the looks of it, this trade might continue if they don't get their act together. For real. Now, obviously, they need to make some adjustments. Now, Tyronn Poole. Now, I told you what adjustments you need to make, right? Start Rondo, and Rondo needs to play at least 30 minutes, right? Reggie Jackson should not be seen 30 minutes, okay? Zubac, I love Zubac, but look, this is the playoffs, bro. Hey, get DeMarcus Cousins in the lineup. If anything, Zubac needed to sit this one out. Get DeMarcus Cousins minutes. Get Serge Ibaka minutes. All that talent, y'all, you're just wasting talent. See, in the playoffs, where you're seeing this team for at least 4 games, you have the ability to make adjustments. This is where coaching matters. This is where coaches make their money. And instead, Tyronn Poole has been stealing money. He's been stealing money. Damn right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's right. Say that one more time for all you Clippers fans out there, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I will not take the bait. There's no evidence for me to believe that the Clippers going to turn this around. And then they got to go to Dallas. I think that game's on Friday night, because today is you got Wednesday is travel day, and they're trying to stretch these games out. So I think Game 3 is going to be Friday night in Dallas. Tonight's game is going to be Philadelphia and Washington, and oh man, what's the other game tonight? Can't remember the Western Conference game 2 tonight. I think all the game 2s have been played. No. Oh yeah, Jazz and Grizzlies. That's tonight. Yeah, the roster is deep. That's what I'm saying. Look, the tools is only as good as the mechanic. All right, and Tyronn Poole has proven he's not a good mechanic. All right. Now, my brother Ticket will probably talk about this later on today, right? And man, they're going to get cooked. I know the Clippers are going to get fucking cooked. Now, shifting gears really quick before I end the stream. The Jazz made a head-scratching decision the other night and not letting Donovan Mitchell play, and Donovan Mitchell was really upset about that. So you gotta believe that Donovan Mitchell's going to play Game 2 tonight. And with that, I expect the Utah Jazz to even up the series tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. Man, I mean, the Grizzlies are really playing good basketball right now. But I still believe Utah Jazz will come up with that W. Now, if Donovan Mitchell plays, which I fully expect him to, he's probably going to be guarded by Dylan Brooks. I think that'll be Dylan Brooks' assignment to guard Donovan Mitchell. You got Valanciunas and Rudy Gobert. That's a nice little matchup right there down low. You got Jaren Jackson Jr., who I think for the Memphis Grizzlies, outside of John Morant, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. will be the key if Memphis is going to pull off this upset. I know Dylan Brooks had a really good shooting night, but you can't really put too much stock into a guy that's dependent on scoring the basketball. I think the stock will have to go in to Jaren Jackson Jr. I know he's working his way back from injury and all that, but I think Jaren Jackson Jr. will be the key for Memphis to pull off this upset. And this will be a massive upset if Memphis were to eliminate the Jazz. Considering the season, very successful season that Utah had. So yeah, so he's gonna be Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably gonna be guarded by Royce O'Neal. You got Bogdanovich, who's probably gonna see Kyle Anderson, and then Mike Conley obviously is gonna be guarded by John Morant, right? So it's gonna it's the key. And you got some key players coming off the bench for Utah. Sixth man of the year, Jordan Clarkson. You don't know, he won sixth man of the year, so congratulations to him. Joe Ingles also coming off the bench, right? So it's gonna be a really good series. Memphis not gonna go lying down. What's up, TJ? Hey, y'all go subscribe to Black Face Sports with TJ. That's my homie right there, down in South Cac and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really good series, man. I can't wait for these games tonight. And the Clippers need to step it up, or else, I'm telling you right now, Steve Ballmer is not going to tolerate this shit. That's the one person. That's another person who I haven't talked about yet. Steve Ballmer, the Clippers owner. Hey, he is not going to tolerate. This is going to be unacceptable if they lose If they lose in the first round, for real. How they match? I don't know. Utah actually going to play the winner of the Clippers Mavs series. But I think Utah matches up really well against the Lakers and all that, to be honest with you. And they've beaten the Lakers I think they've beaten the Lakers. No, the Lakers beat the Utah Jazz 2 out of 3 times. So it's gonna be a good matchup. But if that matchup were to go down, it will be to the Western Conference Finals should both teams make it that far. But because the Utah Jazz will get the winner of the Clippers and Mavs. And whoever comes out of the No, I take that back. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they will. Because the 3 seed is the Nuggets. So the Lakers will see the if the Lakers get past Phoenix, then they'll see the winner out of the Mavs out of the Nuggets Blazers series. So that's how that'll play out. Uh, but yeah, let me get up out of here because I'm in Trump country right now, and the signal will go out, and I'll be sounding like goddamn transformer and shit. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Smash the like and subscribe. It's your boy. Scream at me. Hey!